Hello, so today we're going to talk about how to show space in your artwork or depth, and we are going to create 3 different subject matters using some of these skills from this page. So the way that you show space or depth, that's like deep distance, like your artwork's going back into space. You do overlapping, and that's where something is in front of something else and it covers up the thing in the back. Size, so if you look at this one, let me zoom in. So if you look at this artwork here with the apple, we got this apple at the bottom of the paper, really big with highlighted areas and details of shading, but then as the apples go back into space and go up in the paper, they get smaller. So here's some medium apples where we only see shading and no more highlights because you get less detailed. And then we've got some smaller apples back here that are further away. So we know these are further away, these are in the middle, and these are up close. Then you have detail, which I was briefly talking about that with the apple and the highlight detail. Things up close have lots of detail, so we can see the little dots and the texture of the coneflower here, but then these coneflowers back here, we can't see that texture. We can see the leaf and the shadow of the leaf here, but back here, these leaves are just shapes and they're just colored in. Then we have value, which is where things up close are dark, and as they go back into space, they lighten up because there's air. If you think about air being everywhere, when you're up close, there's less air between you and the thing you're looking at. So that you're going to see detail, you're going to see bright colors or dark colors, and then as there's more and more air between you and what you're looking at, that becomes less detailed and it becomes lighter in color. And then finally, the last one is position. Position is where you put things. Things that you put near the bottom of your paper are up front and up close, so they're going to be big. Things in the middle of your paper are going to be medium sized, and things higher up on your paper closer to the horizon line. The horizon line is the line that separates the ground from the sky. Those things are going to be the smallest, the things that are farthest away. So now what I want you to do is I want you to draw in these 4 boxes. I want you to draw 1 portrait, 1 landscape, 1 cityscape, and 1 seascape. And I want you to use some of these ways to show space into your artwork. So do some overlapping. That's one of the first and easiest. Do some change of size. Do some things up front, middle, and back. Change of detail. Try some of these. You don't have to use all of them, but use a couple of them in your artwork. And this is going to be simple pencil. You can put your portrait in any of these. You can put your cityscape in any of these. It's completely up to you. So at the top of the paper, I do have an example of each. See how the word portrait, there's portrait. Landscape, there's a picture of land. Cityscape, a picture of a city. Seascape, a picture of a sea of water. I don't want you to just copy these. I want you to come up with your own out of your head. All right? And I'm going to take a minute with pencil. I'm going to draw them, and then I'm going to come back to you. All right, so here I've drawn a portrait. I did a portrait of my dog, and to show space, I added some stripes in the background so that I had some overlapping, because overlapping is the easiest way to show space, have something in front of something else. So here's a dog, a portrait of the dog's looking at us, and it's a picture of a dog. You could easily do a picture of a human. Now I've done my landscape, and I've done change of size and a little bit of overlapping. So the top of my tree overlaps the horizon line right there. This tree is large. I have a medium tree that's up higher in the paper, so I also have done placement where I place things, and then tiny little forest of trees way back up on the horizon. and I've changed a little bit of the detail. Then I have the seascape here. So I've done overlapping and change of size and placement again. So I did overlapping with the palm tree. The palm tree overlaps the island, which overlaps the horizon line of the water and the sky. I have the water overlapping the bottom of the boat. This boat is further down on the paper, so it's larger. This boat is higher up on the paper, so it's smaller. And then the boat that's closest to the horizon line is the tiniest, and it has less detail. And then finally my cityscape. So I have overlapping with the arch behind the buildings, and I have trucks with detail, and then some of the buildings in the background have less detail. So there is my portrait, landscape, seascape, cityscape, and I would like you to use graphite pencil to draw those 4 subject matters: portrait, landscape, seascape, cityscape, and show space by using ideas from here: overlapping, change of size, detail, or placement.